Welcome to this edition of the Luke Winstall Show. My next guest is a four-star linebacker, UGA commit, 6'2", 225 pounds out of Cedartown, Georgia, Cedartown High. Class of 22, CJ Washington. Thank you for joining me on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Appreciate it for having me.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you on. Really excited to talk with you. My first question for you, for people that don't know you or don't know your story, what is your story?
Well, me starting off, I wouldn't say I liked football. I actually had a connection with me and my great grandma. Like we just, talked one day, and then that's when I really got into it. And I was playing running back at the time, so she was like, her main message was, carry the football to the end zone, which she rephrased it and said, make sure I deliver the mail. Other than that, I got into football since I was 7, starting off right there. I did a little bit of linebacker, and then defense got serious for me, I would say, my 8th grade year at middle school, Cedartown Middle School. And starting right there, that's when I really took, defensive seriously, because I already knew I had the offensive skills. Running back became natural. I still feel it naturally, really. Linebacker, it's starting to feel like second nature. But other than that, me just getting to where I am, I just stayed humble. I don't really talk to nobody. I just kept my head down, grind. The guys older than me, I looked up to them, saw how they was working, putting in extra work, so I tried to double it.
Awesome. And what do you think drew you to the defensive side of the ball?
I think what drew me to the defensive side is like me actually trying to get the feel of like what it feel like just hitting somebody like offensively, like me getting hit is like they just love the feeling. Plus, like I'm one arm and 2 legs, but on defense like a full body. Because offense, you got to hold the ball, secure it, and all that. So I was like, I just want to get the feel for it, see how I look over there. So then, like once I got to moving, like understanding the basics of it, of like linebacker, defensive end, and like stuff like that, a little bit of DB. It was like just kind of like it's starting to feel good, just hitting people, and then like I can just steal the ball and go score without like making really a mistake.
Once you moved to the defensive side, what's the story behind your recruitment getting started? How did that get going?
So me coming in as a freshman, I started, but I think what led me to starting is me like stand on scout back to back, no matter what, try to stay on scout team just to go against our 1-0 so I can get better every day, push myself. Then coach was like, do I want to run with varsity? I started running with varsity, picking up like the schemes of like run plays, pass. And then when they needed to look on scout, I went right back to scout in a hurry, went right back to scout. And then from there, I started as a defensive end. I played defensive end my freshman year and sophomore year. And defensive end and like outside linebacker. Coming into my junior year, they moved me to middle backer, which I struggled there because, I never played that actually. So me like moving right away, and we didn't have a summer because COVID hit us. So me going into the season as a middle backer, I was like iffy, but I still pushed through it. I tried to be better at it. I stayed after practice extra just to watch film. Head coach Abrams, he was talking to me, breaking down some key points so I can get better. Linebacker coach Roy, he was trying to break down the basics, like the triangle, watch the guards and stuff. Other than that, I felt kind of comfortable. And then I did a little bit 707 towards my defensive side so I can know how to cover, who can I read, what's my movement, my feet work, how do I drop and stuff like that. That's really the only reason why I did 707. But other than that, my sophomore year, I think is my best year, which was like I was just comfortable at the defensive end since I did it 2 years, plus my 8th grade year. I just got comfortable with it, pushing myself every day, trying to do extra, trying to keep up with the older guys just so I won't feel behind. But after my sophomore year, the coaches, colleges, they was texting my coach, getting in touch with him. It was like, I guess they was like, who is this guy? But I really couldn't worry about that because I had to, focus on what's going on right now because, that time can come. So I had to just, focus on my points right now.
Got you. And you mentioned several things of always wanting to be out there with the guys and working really hard to get to where you are now. What's driven you and what drives you to do that?
I guess what drives me is like, the guys being so competitive and like me as a young guy just looking like, God, this looks fun. Like I just want to join it. So if you want to break it down, like it's like playing tag really, but it's like just more competitive, getting after each other, like just having fun with it. So it's like I never really took football as like a serious game. I always made it into like a game of my own in my head. So it's like I just fly around, just having fun, honestly. So it's like every time the older guys did something, it's like I want to try it just to see can I do it. And if time comes of me, having to do it, then I'll already, have have a mindset of doing it. And like I would know what to do. I'll be prepared for it.
Very interesting. All right. And when it comes to your first offer and the first time that you got out there on the recruiting scene, what is the story behind that?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. So like when they was telling me I'm a 4-star, and my first offer was from Coastal Carolina, I was excited and all, and I wasn't like really as excited as like thank you God and stuff, even though like I should have been. But it's like I am very appreciative of that. But me being a 4-star, it's just another star. It really doesn't tell me like who I am. It's just like I'm ranked as a 4-star, like telling other people, he's pretty good. But me getting my first offer, it was cool. But to me, it's like I'm looking at it as like just going to another high school, just more advanced. Like I'm still gonna like work on like myself, my like my social, like, and I got to open up to other people and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not that it just blew my mind of like excitement because, I was working pretty hard. So I was like, I'm hoping I'm going to get an offer. Like I was hoping I would, like nothing cocky. I was just like, I should be able to get an offer. And plus I was behind Clemson commit, West Virginia commit. And then we got another dude that went to Arkansas, ECU. So it's like the guys that pushed me, I was always around them. So like colleges could look at me and then, I just kept pushing. So it wasn't like, I guess, really exciting, but I was blessed to have that opportunity.
Yeah. And when you look at the moment that you blew up to become the national recruit, what was that moment for you?
Honestly, I didn't even know I was a national recruit. Because I don't really I don't look at the stuff like 4-star stuff or my rankings. Yeah, I really don't look into that stuff. I just, it's just another thing that people post. So if people say, hey, you're a 4-star in this and that, I just take it and go and just keep working on myself and my grades and, progressing in football and getting better.
Well, for you now being a Georgia commit, the first question, the obvious question, why Georgia? What stood out about that program?
Well, first off, it's academically. I feel like they can help me. I can like pass, have good grades. I would have the help that I need. Secondly, I would say the atmosphere. The atmosphere opened me up a lot, and it just drove me deeper into it. Lastly, I would say the coaches. I would say coaches lastly because I'm not really looking into like a coach. Like I'm not really like looking for favoritism like within a coach. Like, oh, I want this coach to be my coach because he's a linebacker that I know he's real good and stuff. To me, I'm looking at the coaches lastly because coaches are coaches really to me. And either way, like as I say, I made it to the NFL, I'm gonna have a new coach. So it's like, I'm just going for the education. My talent's gonna take place. My effort, I'm gonna give it my all. But my atmosphere, like the atmosphere they have, I like that a lot. So it drove me there, and it's actually closer to home, just 2 hours out.
When you look at the Georgia program, I've heard that you're a relative of Nick Chubb. So how much have you been around the program?
I actually started I actually looked into UGA, and I actually visited UGA when I was in 7th grade.
Wow. Okay. How'd that happen?
So it's the Future Stars game we had. Uh, it's kind of similar to the Under Armour game, but it's Georgia versus Florida, best on best. And I think we was on University of Georgia campus. So me going there, the coaches saw who I was, asked me, and they just started talking to me from there, really. And they told me they was going to stay in touch.
How'd it feel for you when you're in 7th grade and you've got college coaches saying that they'll want to stay in touch with you?
It was a blessing, really. I mean, I kind of, fell in love with it then when they said that. I was like, God, so they really want me. So other than that, yeah, it was a blessing. It felt good. And other than that, I just kept pushing.
Being a relative of Nick Chubb, how would you describe your relationship, or what's that like with him?
Honestly, he's like a big bro to me. Pushes me every day. Every time he comes to visit, we work out no matter what. Take it seriously, pushing each other. I mean, it's pretty fun. I mean, no doubt it's actually one of the best feelings, even though he plays for the NFL, I don't really see him as that. I just see him as like another person, striving to get better, pushing himself daily, just like me, really.
How would you describe the vibe or the environment when you guys are working out together or getting stuff done together football-wise?
The vibe just is feeling natural, really. There's nothing out of sight. And what I mean by that is, it's nothing, too crazy. It's like we've been working out together. And, it's just another workout partner. Me moving up to high school, I had to move racks because, my strength, it got stronger. And then you just need to learn your rotations and stuff. So it felt natural, really.
Well, when you look at the University of Georgia defensively, what do you feel like you're going to bring in terms of strong points in your game and some things that you do really well?
Well, I think I'm going to bring in, a fast, physical, fun, get after it no matter what, 110% every play. Strong points, I would say I can cover, blitz. Blitz is my strongest point, and I can hit on.
When you look at projection, how do you feel like you'll fit into UGA's defense?
I feel like I could fit in by really. All right, so they said they see me fitting in as, and I do too. I see myself fitting in as, middle linebacker on run plays, and then second and long, third and long, pass rushing. That's where they see me. They feel like they should roll me down and blitz.
With UGA, you were the second commit in the class of 2022. What convinced you to commit that early in the process?
Honestly, I didn't know if we was going to have a second chance of, us having to commit, like a commitment thing going on because of COVID hit. So it's like I just narrowed down my 3, and I just kept it basic because, I knew the schools that was talking to me. I knew, how serious it was. They caught my interest just like Georgia did. So once, the school caught my interest, I was like, I can kind of narrow it down, give it my top 3. And then after that, Georgia was it. So I was like, might as well just commit to it because you don't know if you can get the second chance because of COVID.
When it comes to off the field, what are things or hobbies that you enjoy?
Well, me, honestly, I would say I'm just a chill guy. I just come home. If I have homework, do it, bust that out. I like cleaning and just watching anime.
What kind of anime do you like to watch?
All of it, but mostly I would say no, not that. I would say more of a fighting anime, really.
Cool. Well, to finish out, I've got a few questions for you. Rapid fire, just questions about all different types of things. I have a deck of cards, one question on the back of each card. I'll shuffle them at random. We'll see what we get. First off for you, what is a song recommendation that you would give the audience?
I listen to stuff totally different. So I would give them, I'll say Tada. But people call it's like Toto, really. So Tadow.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of it. What's it like?
It's just like a little bit of jazz, like chill vibe music you can just listen to on the road, by yourself or something. Just chilling really.
When you look around at being a UGA commit, you're somebody whose name that a lot of people, I would think, especially in your area, would know. Do you have any favorite or funny interactions with fans or anything that's happened with people that maybe they know who you are, but you may not know who they are?
Not really, because I really stay to myself for right now, focusing on school and just, focusing on football right now. So I really don't get out and talk to people like that, honestly.
Who are some people in your life that you look up to?
So Nick Chubb, as a big bro, I would say Mikey Worthington, which is one of our high school coaches, him as a father figure. My mom, most definitely. My two sisters, they got my back regardless. They always pushing me to be better in classes, on and off the field, really cheer me on regardless. And I would say that's about it.
Different type of question here for you. What do you think people maybe get wrong or misunderstand about you?
I don't know if people think I'm cocky or not, but I'm really not. I honestly don't know, because I don't really hear stuff about me like that. But to me, I think I'm a chill guy, fun to be around. I will have you laughing 24/7. And I just listen to vibe music all the time.
Now, when it comes to on the field stuff, is there a celebration that you've done after a big play or an important moment that you love, or a celebration that you love to try?
I know I hit the greedy. Once. I think that's about it though. And I usually when I dip out on people, depending on what type of game it is, I just hit my peace sign on them.
I like it. Awesome. Next up, how would you describe the highest pressure situation that you've been in?
One is from New Manchester last year, where I blew the quarterback back and his helmet flew back 10 yards. But I wasn't doing it intentionally. I tried to stop because I wasn't trying to, kill nobody. So he ended up getting injured and staying out for the rest of the game. And I was like, yeah, football is fun and all, but I'm not the type just to kill somebody and then think it's just cool.
When you look at your overall journey, what are some challenges or things that you may have overcome to get to where you are? Any adversity you've gotten through?
I would say some adversity is, me losing my cousin, MJ. He was on the football team last year. He ended up passing away on us. And then I also lost my best friend, which was my granddad, this year during the football season. And, just pushing through it, staying with the team, practicing every day, just pushing them to be better, that while they pushing me to be great and stuff like that. So I feel like me doing that, is something I have to overcome personally, and, on and off the field by, staying in school, instead of just saying, F this, I can't do it no more and stuff like that. So pushing myself, showing my teammates that it's all right when somebody passes, you can keep pushing through it, because they will want you to finish strong and, keep working.
When you look forward, what are some goals that you've set out for yourself?
I'll say the goals I set off for myself, I'll say starting off the field, I would say, keeping my grade up, I'll say keeping my grade up, starting off the field, doing things right, of course. On the field, I would say, pushing the starters that's in front of me, but if it comes for me to take their spot, then hopefully I will take it. So my goal is, to push others, be the first and last off the field, stay up on grades, and I'll say that's really about it, honestly.
Awesome. Well, CJ, thank you so much for your time. It's great talking with you today.
Appreciate you.